Ardrossan North Bay in North Ayrshire. This is the site in 1769 of the murder of the 10th Earl of Eglinton by the gauger or exciseman Mungo Campbell. Mungo Campbell had permission to shoot, to hunt on the nearby Montgomerie estate. And this particular day he was walking down from the estate onto the beach and had crossed the Earl of Eglinton's property. The Earl was in his coach and was visiting Park House, which is in Ardrossan, where he had his stables. He also had a number of servants with him. Now, Mungo Campbell had previously had an experience with the Earl where he had to apologise for having shot a hare, which was technically on the Earl's land, although it had run into the right-of-way through the Earl's estates. He had apologised on that occasion. Also, one of the Earl's servants, Mungo, as an exciseman, had caught him with brandy that had clearly been smuggled, and only through the Earl's influence was this servant not severely punished, possibly even sent to America or Australia as a convict. On the day in question, the servant, who had a grudge against Mungo, spotted him with a colleague on the beach with his gun. He informed the Earl, who got out of his carriage, onto his horse, and went down to the beach with his servants. He insisted that Mungo should hand over his gun, but Mungo was a soldier and he had no intention of doing so. Also, the Earl had a reputation for being physically violent with poachers that he'd caught. The Earl still insisted, and Mungo started walking backwards along the shore. Unfortunately, he didn't see a stone and tripped, at which point the Earl moved forward to grab the gun, and Mungo pulled the trigger. The Earl had sent for his gun before this, and the servants came down carrying the Earl's gun. Mungo tried to grab the gun from the servants, but was overpowered. The Earl did insist that Mungo was not roughed up by them, treated harshly. The Earl was clearly mortally wounded, was placed in his carriage and taken back to Eglinton Castle, where he died several hours later. Mungo was taken first of all to Irvine Tolbooth prison, then to Ayr, then to Edinburgh. In Edinburgh, he was tried, convicted, was going to be hung. When his friends visited him, gave him a silk tie, and he hung himself. However, the crowd that had gathered to witness the execution wanted some form of entertainment, so they dug up the body and abused it. His friends eventually rescued the body, and he was buried at sea.